I hope that all of Nigerians are not become indebted because of President Muhammadu Buhari, because the level to which he's owing so much debt and how Nigeria is falling into serious debt in his administration is really alarming, because the debt raised, or the debt raised by has risen by about 20.8 trillion naira under President Buhari, servicing GOP about 10.26 trillion naira. Well, I really don't know what to say, because it seems everything has already crumbled or is crumbling, but we all know what is going on in the country. But of course, we'll still get to see what is going on and find out more about the things that are happening on a daily basis. We'll find more about this report right here, how the debt has risen up to like 20% or more, about 20.8 trillion naira under his administration. More of all of these details in this report, but please ensure you stay tuned, relax, enjoy. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. If this is your first time, please like our videos, share our videos, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can get updated anytime we drop a new video. Yes, guys, don't forget this is Saffron Media, and we are here to give you the most trending, exciting, reliable, and authentic, sizzling hot gist in Nigeria. All right, my dear people, without further ado, right here, it said the President Muhammadu Buhari, the country's debt rose by 20.8 trillion naira between July 2015 and December 2020. Data obtained from the Debt Management Office on Wednesday showed this period corresponds with the presidency of President Muhammadu Buhari, who assumed leadership of the country on May 29, 2015. According to the statistics obtained from the DMO, Nigeria's total debt as of June 30, 2015 stood at 12.12 trillion naira. However, as of December 31st, 2020, the country debt portfolio had risen to 32.92 trillion naira. This shows that within a period of 66 months, 5.5 years, the country's debt has risen by 20.8 trillion naira. It also means that within the period, the country's debt portfolio rose by 171.62%. Most of the country's debts were incurred by the federal government. Of the total debt of 32.92 trillion naira, the federal government has a total of 26.91 trillion, leaving a balance of 6.01 trillion naira to subnational government, mainly the 36 state governments and the Federal Capital Territory Administration. The implication of this is that 83.78% of the nation's debt stock belongs to the federal government, with the subnational government accounting for 16.22%. Further analysis shows that domestic sources accounted for 20.21 trillion naira, while external sources accounted for 12.71 trillion naira. In percentage terms, external debts accounted for 38.6% of the total debt portfolio, while domestic debts accounted for 61.4%. The country's increasing debt profile is also reflected in the growing cost of debt servicing, which has ridiculed the nation's dwindling revenues in recent years. Within the period of 66 months under the review, the country spent 10.26 trillion naira on debt servicing, while servicing local debts gulped 8.53 trillion naira between July 2015 and December 2020. Servicing external debts gulped 1.72 trillion naira from 2016 to December 2020. External debt servicing converted to naira at the exchange rate prevailing at the time, provided by the DMO. The data provided by the DMO showed that from July to December 2015, 489.59 billion naira was expended on servicing local debts. From January to December, a total of 1.23 trillion naira was spent to service the country's domestic debts. In 2016, the figure rose to 1.48 trillion naira in 2017. In 2018, the country's domestic debt servicing bill rose to 1.8 trillion naira. The cost of domestic debt servicing came down a bit in 2019, 1.69 trillion naira. In 2020, it rose again to 1.85 trillion naira. On the other hand, external debt servicing consumed $353.09 million in 2016. It went up to $464.05 million in 2017 and jumped up to $1.47 billion in 2018. In 2019, the nation spent $1.33 billion on national debt servicing. In 2020, external debt servicing gulped $1.56 billion. The rise in the country's debt servicing reflected the nation's increasing commitment to external loans. Given the high cost of local debt servicing previously, the federal government deliberately moved to secure more external loans. The government policy was to rebalance the country's debt portfolio to 60% local debts and 40% foreign debts. However, dwindling revenues arising from low receipts from oil and gas exports presented the government with a dilemma. Falling local currency had brought to the fore the foreign exchange risk inherent in securing foreign loans, while the need to shore up foreign exchange proceeds had made it difficult for governments to wean itself from foreign borrowings. In fact, the president had about a fortnight ago asked the Senate to approve another $6.18 billion external borrowing for the government. Buhari said the proposed loan, which is equivalent to 2.3 trillion naira, is to finance the 2021 budget deficit of 5.6 trillion naira. He said the loan would enable the federal government to fund critical infrastructural projects in transportation, health, and education, among others. When the National Assembly eventually approves the new debt plan, the implementation will take the country's debt portfolio higher. There are also approved borrowings that have not been disbursed by the lending agencies. The disbursement of these loans will also take the debt portfolio a notch higher. The DMO recently disclosed that Nigeria had more than $5.83 billion foreign loans that had been approved but not yet disbursed as of December 31st, 2020. A larger percentage of the loans would come from the International Development Association, a member of World Bank Group. The outstanding loans from the group stood at about $3.27 billion as of December 2020. Another $1.25 billion was supposed to come from the Export-Import Bank of China. Apart from multilateral agencies, China has remained the nation's largest creditor. Other major sources of the undisbursed funds included agents franchise the development, from where the country will get more than 500 million euros, and the European Development Fund, from where the country will collect about $425 million. The DMO also listed the projects and agencies that would benefit from the undisbursed funds. So, my dear people, you can see the kind of debt that Nigeria is in. Well, it is so alarming and painful that we continue to incur so much debt. Instead of us to be giving out, we're still borrowing. It is so unfortunate with the kind of resources and riches that Nigeria has. Well, what can we say? So, guys, that is it. Drop your comment, give this video a thumbs up. Let us hear what you have to say. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.